Okay, so now I'm going to add a background to this in Photoshop. I drew the car in Illustrator, brought it over to Photoshop. Now I'm going to add some background. Landscape. I can move the car sort of out of the way for now, or make it a little smaller. To make it smaller, I'm on my Move tool, Command T, or Control T on a PC, and I can resize that for now. Double click. This is bringing the background image. I have found one from the internet. You can take your own images. File. Place. There we are. And I'm going to move that layer behind my car. Command T. A little bit bigger. I may trim this image down. I sort of like the landscape format here. Obviously the car is sort of sitting in the wrong way. So Command T, I can right click. I can either flip the car around or Command T, or Control T, right click, flip horizontally the background. Okay, fit that guy on there. Command plus to zoom in a little bit more. Command T, go a little bit smaller. Now I can make it big enough to send it across there, or I can here, like it's sort of driving down that road. I can angle it a little bit. Okay, not too bad. Fits in there pretty good. I could try to adjust the background to make it fit even better. Right click, rasterize that layer there. I can Command T, right click, warp. And it gives me a lot more detailed adjustments here. So I want to make this road feel a little flatter so it sort of fits that car a little bit more. The angle of the car. Here we are. We're going to have to, it's a lot better. We'll have to crop that image a little bit. Hit enter when you're done. Okay, so I think that definitely fits the car better. Make the car a little bit bigger. I could try to adjust the car a little bit here. It may not go quite right. Let's give it a try. Trying to think, make it front end a little bit bigger, like it's closer to you. Ooh, almost give it a little more motion that way. A little bit too much. Just a little bit. All right, let me crop this down. I can go to this rectangle selection tool, rectangle marquee, rather, and drag over that whole thing there. Okay, so now I want to sort of crop around this. I have my marquee tool. I drew out around there, and I'm on this layer, and I can copy and paste. Command C, Command V. Now it's on its own layer. I can delete the other layer. You know, I may want sort of a white letterboard effect, or I can transform this, make it a little bit bigger, cover a little more. I can even hold the Shift key down, distort a little bit. There we go. That's nice. It actually gives a little more motion. I like that feeling. Car's sitting in there pretty good. There we are. Obviously, car's an illustration. I could make it even more photographic, photorealistic by adding more details if I want to. I'm going to at least adjust the brightness and contrast, so it should be a little darker underneath there. So I'm on that car layer. I'm adding a new adjustment layer. And let's do brightness and contrast. I'm just looking at the car for now, a little more, oh, that's a little too bright, a little darker, a little more contrasty. So the bottom under here is darker. I think that'll fit nice. Now that adjustment layer is affecting the whole image. I just want the effect to my car. So I'm going to click, I'm on my Move tool here. I'm going to position my cursor between these two layers. And hold the Option key, and it comes up with that little arrow. Click that. Now that is just affecting the car. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Now, this is just one image I'm doing here. You can make a composite image, do all kinds of creative things for the background. And one more thing I want to find is sort of like a texture. And maybe just a simple textured background. See if there's any texture layers here, which I don't see. Okay, so now I've placed a parchment texture in here. It's on top of everything. And Command T, I'm going to adjust that so it covers the whole image. Hold the Shift key down. Now I may distort this a little. Shouldn't make too much of a difference since it's more just sort of like an abstract shape. Put that over there and just gives it some noise. I guess a little more texture. This is an antique car. This could give it a little more effect. So be careful. I don't want it to get too crazy. Overlay is not too bad. Soft light's not too bad. And then what I'm going to do is just lower the opacity way down here. So it's just a little subtle texture. It sort of blends everything together, ties everything together. Not too bad. And we'll clean this up in the next video.